confusion. Too much frustration. So much confusion. Yeah. I don't wanna live in the park. Ain't trust no shadows after dark. So my friend, I wish that you could see I got a bird in a tree. We must be free, yeah. Never make a politician. Grant you a favor. They will always want to control you forever. So if a fire make it burn now, and blood and make them run, Rasta they on top. Oh yeah. So them can't predict the flop. They got the lightning. Oh, thunder, brimstone, and fire. Revelation, reveal the true revolution. If you don't know, a revelation reveals the true revolution. Yeah.
Violence is destructive and degrading. Please help in every possible way to make this general election campaign a peaceful one. We, the people of Jamaica, deserve no less.
I feel Jamaica is a nice place and it's a bad place. You know what I mean? A very good place. But when you have political violence, now when I stand up and I see the youth fighting against the youth for the politicians, then I really feel sick. You know? Because, boy, it's really sickening. Because the youth hungry. You know? And he can't get no job. And the people who control the jobs are politicians. So when you find the youth fighting against the youth and the youth killing the youth because of the politician, then I really feel sick in my heart about that.
Bob was inviting further trouble when he agreed with the government's request to front a free concert called Smile Jamaica. While Marley dreamed of uniting his people with music, the politicians planned to use Bob as their pawn and manipulate the Wailers to support new elections.
The Wailers were a force to deal with. The Wailers were the voice of the people. The Wailers were the eyes and the ears of the people. So these politicians wanted to get mileage. So in order to get the youths and the people's attention, they used the Wailers. That's all it was. Bob is a musician who wants to play for the people. But these guys try to see if they can get their thing going, and they're not worried about how dangerous that is going to be for Bob.
I believe the CIA was using the Jamaican Labour Party as its instrument in the entire campaign against the Michael Manley government. I'd say most of the violence was coming from the Jamaica Labour Party side, and behind them was the CIA in terms of getting the weapons in and getting the money in with all the propaganda guidance, because there was a steady stream, a continuous campaign of propaganda against the Manley government. The weapons, there was no problem with getting weapons in, because the ganja smuggling was a perfect route for bringing weapons back into Jamaica from the United States.
While local politicians benefited from outside assistance, Bob Marley condemned them in his songs.
The CIA would look upon the radical political content of reggae music as dangerous because it would help to create a consciousness among poor people, among the great majority of Jamaicans. And of course, naturally, the climate was created for an attempt on Bob Marley's life.
Here now is a special item of news from the JBC newsroom. Entertainer and reggae star Bob Marley, Rita Marley, and the manager of the Wailers, Don Taylor, are now patients in the University Hospital after receiving gunshot wounds during a shooting incident which took place at Marley's home at 56 Hope Road tonight.
Where were you hit?
Me? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Went right through? Or just skinned
No,
it?
I'm said lodge inside there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You never saw the gunman?
At that time, no.
But you know who did it?
Yeah, I know that.
Were they caught?
No, but I don't call the police. Just, you know, one of them thing.
Despite warnings that he could be shot again, Marley was determined to perform at the Smile Jamaica show.
Prime Minister Manley has expressed his deep regret at the act of terrorism directed against Bob Marley and his associates, and has said those responsible for the act would never be forgiven by decent people of Jamaica.
Although Marley was not expected to appear, the crowd began building early, and by 5 p.m. was 50,000 strong.
The concert took place 2 days after the shooting, and Marley decided to appear. Members of the band were driven under heavy police escort to the National Heroes Park.
But I can remember seeing him walking fast up the step and people lifting him. And by the time we could push our way through the crowd to reach on stage, Bob was singing, already singing War. People was really raging. You know, you can feel the people know now that this man has risked his life for us. This is a man that had given his life because he showed them the wound, the bandage. I had gotten to realize, you know, in reading my Bible, that this man was really Joseph in his second advent. Joseph who his brothers had sold him to Egypt. And it was Joseph who redeemed his brothers who would have starved to death because of the famine in Egypt. And not only his brothers, but for the world in that time. And I saw in the man that this time he came not only with the physical corn to feed his people, but he came with the spiritual corn, which was the message that transcended to the four corners of the world.